Hey everybody, welcome to Geekaholics Anonymous, episode 209. I'm your host Rico, here with my co-host
Dane Cody.
Dane Cody, and I get together once a week, talk about video games, TV, movies, and whatever the hell we like. Welcome everyone. We are in the aftermath of the big Keanu E3's event.
Wow.
Or E3. Seemed to be one of the most talked about things, obviously.
Well, hell yeah. Can you blame anybody?
Yeah, it was pretty
Dude, killed it.
Welcome. If you've never been here before, we usually start the show with a BS section, which we are knee-deep in right now. Get into some what you've been playing, talk about the most recent or ancient-ass games that Dane is playing.
Hey, that is a brand new hot release.
This week.
Yes.
You're off the hook.
All right.
And then we get into some news, public service announcements, and our free-for-all section, where we talk about whatever the hell we like. Usually that's where our movie and TV talk lands. I don't really have anything to report. It was Father's Day. I had a great Father's Day. It was super hot. I might have got sunburnt. I scored a goal at soccer.
Ooh.
It was a pretty nice one, too.
Sweet.
We still lost, though.
Oh.
It sucks.
Lame.
My goal gave us the lead, and then we had some bad plays, and then, yuck.
Gross.
I
don't even know how you can talk about it. That's just depressing.
It was still fun, though.
Okay.
I've been dealing with knee issues, so I'm just happy to be playing again.
Just happy to be apart, man. Happy to be apart.
Anyway, little house cleaning.
My weekend, I don't really have anything to mention.
Never mind. I don't have any house cleaning. Dane's talking about his weekend. Sorry.
Jeez. It's
I know.
always about you, man.
I just said what I was doing and just like, whatever.
Yep.
Screw Dane.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, I'm used to it. It's okay. Anybody listens to the show, they know.
We love you, Dane. Don't be like that. Like I was saying, sorry.
For
house cleaning.
Dying.
Join our Discord server. Dane and that coffee. You should go see a doctor.
I know.
Maybe you're dying.
Dude, I was just talking to my wife tonight, and I was like, I might actually have to go see a fucking doctor about this. This is getting ridiculous.
It's got to be allergies.
I've never had coughing allergies, though, is the thing. Like, I've had lots, like, I get other allergies during this time of year, but coughing is
getting
not one
old sucks. Welcome.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Stuff starts breaking and shit doesn't work like it used to. It's
like going on like 4 weeks, though, or something like that for the stupid cough.
It's all downhill from here. Yeah, I know. We know.
Yeah,
we know.
I know. I know.
That's me getting mad at you
deal with it
for our listeners.
There you go.
I would edit it out if I actually had more time to invest. So it's also partially my fault too. So, but as I was saying,
you heard it here. It's Rick's fault.
It is my fault.
Yeah.
Dane's the one coughing and making a noise, but it's my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Join our Discord server and bust Dane's balls. So if you want to take the conversation off the air and interact with us on a daily, join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there.
On the daily.
In any browser, bit.ly/gap Discord. And that'll take you to either web-based version if you're on a PC, or it'll prompt you to install the app. It's an awesome app on mobile, iOS. So, yeah, check it out. It's fun. We have a lot of antics, share deals.
I do hate the way that it shows
pictures.
links, though. That's my only complaint about it.
Yeah, that was...
The way it shows GIFs and links, it's I hate it.
I wonder if we get like a better server if that changes.
No, because I'm on other people's Discords and they got the same
thing.
shit. Yeah,
even ones that were partnered Discords.
Yep.
Okay, well then maybe we should complain to them.
Exactly. We should.
With that being said, Dane, let's get into what you've been playing. Do you want to start or I start? Doesn't matter.
You should start.
I should start?
Yeah.
Okay. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. I've been playing Gato Roboto. I'm pretty sure that's where that name comes from.
Is that the one with the little cat in the...
It's the Game Boy thingy? Yeah, it's freaking awesome. It's so good. Cough break.
I even hit my cough button and it didn't. Anyways, stupid.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing on Switch. I believe it's available everywhere, but I could be wrong. While I vape and delay while I do a search on
You're
the
vaping?
internet. Well, vamping, that's what I meant to say.
I was like, dude, since when did you start vaping? That's a new.
No.
That's a new thing.
I don't vape. It is on Windows and Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's it's just PC and Switch.
There you go.
It's got like a 8-bit kind of graphic style. Actually, I'll link it in the show notes, so if you want to see what it looks like. That's what I don't do, is I forget to link games that we talk about so people can click on the games.
Like Gato Roboto.
Yeah. GatoRoboto.com is the website.
Roboto.
It looks like old school Game Boy graphics, but it's probably like in between 8-bit and 16-bit, because some of the stuff is a little higher fidelity.
Okay.
Their website's the best. The little kitty cat chases your mouse pointer on the screen.
I don't want to go there. Okay, fine, I'll go there. Sounds amazing.
Basically, you're in a spaceship. Something happens. It crashes. You're the pet.
That is delightful.
You're the pet of the dude. I can't remember his name. And basically, he's injured or stuck, and you have to get off the ship and try to look for help. And it ends up being that you're like on some kind of like laboratory installation, and
whoa,
you end up getting in a mech. You like pilot submarines.
Can we seriously talk about this website? This website is amazing.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm serious. If you scroll down the website, there is a rocket ship that shoots in from the left-hand side. And then if you keep scrolling down, the rocket ship moves.
It's the intro story.
And
it's the intro cutscene here.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's so good. Even if you'd ever play this game, go check out their website, GatoRoboto.com, because it's fucking rad.
Yeah, this is the start of the game. This is the intro of the game. You want to get the intro? You want to get the intro of the game?
Freaking awesome!
Oh, you can make the cat jump.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. This is so cool.
Well, no, but if you go all the way to the right, it doesn't progress like you're playing the game. It's got a really cool, cute art style. The little kitty's cute. You get in a mech suit. It's a Metroidvania. You shoot. You get missiles. You get double jump. When you're out of the suit. You have to get out of the suit to traverse some of the areas, because the cat can actually kind of like wall climb, because it's a cat. Get it? So you can climb up stuff. So there's portions where you get in and out of the suit. There's a little submarine you get in some spots. Like I said, double jump, missiles, blow up walls, secret rooms. Right. It's a total Metroidvania. It's got really cool art style, neat music, and it's so cute with the little kitty cat as your hero. And it's actually kind of funny. I think I fought 3 bosses now, and the bosses they're always seem to be mice in like
that's awesome.
In like contraptions or like
that's so good
mech suits or other stuff, but they talk, and it's kind of funny because the cat has a collar, and that's how the owner's talking to the cat. And the cat doesn't talk back, but then he's like, did I just hear someone talking? And it's like, because the mice talk and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But it's kind of, it's really cute. It's a really awesome game. And it's super cheap. It was like, it was on sale when it launched. I think it was like almost 50% off or 20% off. It was like $8 or something.
I might have to pick this up. It looks really delightful.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking sweet. No, it's like, it's $9 on Steam.
Plus, I think they deserve my money just for this website. This is amazing.
It's $9 on Steam. So there's probably a Switch tax. I think it was like $12, and it was on sale for $8 something when I bought it. And that was like on launch date, because I think it came out last week or maybe the week before.
Okay.
It came out on the 30th of May on Steam. I don't know. I can't remember. I think the Switch version's only been out for a couple weeks, but yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. It's got great style. And it's a fun game. I'm really enjoying it.
It looks cool.
Yeah, check it out. It's Devolver Digital. Oh, apparently it came out on May 30th on Switch as well.
Oh, that's still only a couple weeks away.
It's rated
weeks
E
ago, sorry.
Rated E for everyone.
E for everyone.
I think I'm only a couple hours, 3 hours in maybe.
I guess you don't really have any indication of like how long the game is, right?
No, I'm looking at some of these photos though, and there's looks like there's ability. Or I watched the trailer. There's some abilities and stuff that I clearly don't have. So I'm assuming. I think I only have about half the suit's abilities because you like a Metroidvania, as you progress through the areas, like, oh, you can't get through here because like
you don't have the ability yet.
The first area I didn't have rockets, so I couldn't shoot through certain walls.
Right.
And then after I got the rockets, the next thing I got was what was the next thing I got?
Double jump.
No, I think I got something else before the double jump.
Of course, there's a double jump though. I mean,
yeah, I literally just got the double spin jump is what they call it.
Oh. So you jump and then you spin?
Yeah, but it's just
as the second jump?
Yeah, it's just a double jump. But yeah.
Cool.
It's really cool. It's an awesome game. And the price is like, it's freaking cheap. So it's like, just buy it. And I kind of bought this to satisfy my urges for Bloodstained.
Right, because that's out now, but it's not out on Switch yet.
No, it's not out on Switch. That'll be next week.
I'm really hoping that Bloodstained runs well on Switch. That's my only concern.
I hope it does.
Looking at it,
I'm going to be upset if it doesn't run good, and then I waited, and I could have just bought it like on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I think most things that aren't exclusive going here on out. I'm going off the rails here a bit. I'm going to start buying on Xbox if it ain't a first party PlayStation game, just because pretty sure xCloud is going to be part of Ultimate. And then I'll be able to play those games on my cell phone or anywhere.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, kind of makes... I don't know if that makes freaking Stadia redundant. It's going to be so interesting. Microsoft didn't have a lot to say, so we still got a while to figure out what they're up to.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a value add. I think it's just a way better version of remote play, like PS4 has.
Seeing... it'll be really interesting to see, just because like Sony has like obviously they weren't at E3, so they didn't really say anything. So I'm really curious to see, like, is the Sony stuff gonna be a value add with like what are their plans? You know what I mean? Because I mean they could in essence kind of do the same thing, and they'll even be using the same infrastructure, right? Because like they're both going to be rocking the Azure cloud, so. So I'm really curious. I really do want to see how both of those companies are going to handle that stuff moving forward. So, yeah.
Anyway, getting back on track, you played a new game.
I played a new old game.
Yes.
So, like I said on the
I would have been all...
So, like I said last week when we were on the podcast, we talked about the collection of Mana that came out for the Switch. And I was like, yeah, I already bought it. I just hadn't had a chance to play it yet. So, I have played the original Secret of Mana. Great game. I don't think I played the Game Boy game that was part of the collection. I can't remember the name of it. It is escaping me at this very moment. But then the other game... So there's 3 games in the collection of Mana that came out for the Switch. And the third game was Trials of Mana, which has never actually been released in the West. It was a Japanese game that came out in '95, or right at the end of the Super Nintendo. But it never made it over here. There was a fan, like they localized it, so
yeah,
you could
a translation, right?
Yeah, there was a fan translation that happened,
or whatever.
Yeah, that you could get. I never did that. So I managed to get this, like I said, in the collection. So I started playing that, and man, it's real good. It's a top-down, not even necessarily a top-down. It's a 2D action RPG, more or less. It's in a similar, like it's totally a big square RPG where you're trying to save the world and so on and so forth, like you would totally expect in a Final Fantasy. But instead of like turn-based battle system, you see the enemies on the screen and you go over there and it's a little bit like the first Zelda game.
So Secret of Mana was the second one. I didn't realize that.
And so I am playing this. I'm about 3.5 hours in, I guess now, on the Switch. There's a couple different view settings for the game. You can kind of blow it out a little bit, or you can kind of keep it very, very small. I do find when I go a little bit bigger, it's not quite as crisp. Like it's not.
No, when you're not native resolution.
Yeah,
The pixels usually get fuzzy.
It's exactly. So I've been kind of playing it slightly smaller, native resolution.
Looks like
Switch is great for it though. There's sort of two save systems at play here, which I kind of really like. So there's the in-game system where you can stop. You can either go to the church and you can pray at like the essentially like the statue.
Are you playing the first one, or are you playing Secret of Mana?
I'm playing Trials of Mana.
Oh, you're playing the new one that you've never played.
Yeah, that's the one I've never played.
Secret of Mana was pretty rad.
So I'm playing Trials of Mana. It's really interesting too because you pick your main character that you want to start the game with, and then you pick two other like sort of side characters that are going to join you at some point.
You could play this game multiplayer. I remember we played Secret of Mana with the multi-tap on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
you could play three. I think you could actually play 3 players, couldn't you?
I don't know if you can play 3-player in Trials of Mana or just 2, but I know you can definitely play multiplayer if you want.
Maybe it was.
I have not.
I know Secret of Mana. I remember playing it multiplayer, but I can't remember if it was 2 or 3.
But yeah, so like it's really interesting. There's a total of 8 characters. You can throughout the game and the story and stuff. Like I said, like it's a total. It's a little bit like what was the newest like Square game that came out? Project came out on the Switch like earlier, like last year. Everybody was raving about. Anyways, it had multiple starting characters and stuff, and throughout the story, you would run into other characters.
Are you talking about Octopath?
Yes, thank you. This kind of does a little bit of a similar thing. Like, depending on the starting character that you start with, will change like where you start, who you interact with. Like, it's really neat. I'm liking it a lot. It's definitely, you gotta remember that this game was made in 1995, and there are definitely some quality of life things that we have managed to do since then. That is kind of one of the things that I'll definitely mention, such as there is zero help whatsoever on what the hell you're supposed to do in that game. Even just like the way the game starts and it just drops you in, and like at one point I was like running around and I'm like, oh, you can't go there because you need to wait for this, and you can't go there, and oh, you should go talk to them, and I went and talked to them, and then like nothing was happening, and like I was trying to leave the city, but I can't do that. Like it was definitely zero hand holding. You got to really pay attention to what people are saying for like little hints here and there. After running around aimlessly for a little bit, right off the bat, I did manage to, figure out where I was supposed to go, or who I was supposed to, or essentially what I was supposed to do to trigger the next thing. That's ultimately what it ended up happening. I tried to go down like a little side path, and then suddenly some dude runs up and he's like, "Oh, hey, you can't go there. Like, you got to come talk to." So then, of course, you go into the thing and so on and so forth. But that said, man, like it is, it's held up really well. I'm really enjoying it. It's probably going to be a game that there will probably be a few points where I will get tired of running around aimlessly and probably just look up where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, that's a lot of these old games. A lot of these old games had that. You just missed the right person to talk to, which told you where to go.
Yeah, or you were supposed to talk to everybody, and you forgot to talk to that one person that was actually like that's what you needed to do to trigger the story to move it forward. Like,
talk to everyone to move the soldiers that were keeping you in the town.
Exactly, totally. Yep,
that was such a conceit in these old like RPG type games.
Yep. But I love the fact that you can see all the enemies on screen. There's no random encounters. They do a thing where you can't just spam the attack button like you kind of can in a Zelda game. So it actually kind of makes it feel a little bit more, just not strategy, but you definitely kind of have to pay more attention, and you can't just like run up to enemies and just spam them, and like you can in some sort of action RPGs. It's fun. It's like I said, it's a bit difficult, and you gotta kind of be in the right headspace. But the Switch, I'm really finding is a perfect platform for it because I can save like in the in-game stuff, but I can also hit the menu button and I can just like do essentially a save state with the Switch.
Yeah, that's the best thing about
so
when they
it's so
release
nice.
these types of games.
Right. So like I don't have to like for an RPG like this, like one of the challenges that I always run into
Not enough
is
time.
I always feel right. I'm like, okay, I need 2 or
Get
3
something
hours
done and
be able to
point.
save.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The beauty of the Switch is you can put it to sleep, but
Yep.
at the same
So
time,
that's the thing is like I can do a save state, make sure that it's saved, and then I can, if something happens to my Switch, I know that it's at least going to be saved and I'm going to be ready to go.
it's identical to Secret of Mana, right? Like it's real time with the little ring system or whatever.
Yep. It's got the ring system. If
And
you
then
like
have,
Secret
the
of Mana, this
and then
is
you have
definitely...
then you have like the super attacks, right? You do with your teammates and stuff,
Yep.
or the power attack. I don't know what they call them.
In this one, there's like even like a job system and stuff as well, so you can change your classes and things as the game progresses.
The only thing I didn't like about this when they announced it was like, oh, $40. So like I thought that was pretty expensive.
Think about it, it's like what, $12.50 a title? You're getting 3 games.
That's a little more than that, but yeah, I guess, yeah,
Right.
not terrible. I just realized I own Secret of Mana on my Super Nintendo Classic.
Yep.
I
do as well.
Want to go turn that on now.
But I wanted to play Trials of Mana because that's the game that's like never been played over here, right? Mm-hmm. Or been playable over here necessarily. So
Legitimately.
yeah, exactly.
That's
they're
cool.
they're doing like the big 3D remake of it like later on next year.
That's a 3D remake of this game, right? So it's
Yeah.
not a new game, but it's like a better remake than like the bad Secret of Mana remake they made last year, right?
Yes. It's like all super new graphics and everything else. So kind of like I want to say they did. Was it one of the Final Fantasy games where they redid like? Was it Final Fantasy 3 or something similar to this? All like brand new graphics and the whole thing. Anyways,
I can't remember. There's so many goddamn Final Fantasy games.
oh, I know, and remakes of remakes and
And they've been re-released
Ports
like a million times. Like they were like Street Fighter games.
that's the Vita version and that's the PSP version and
Yeah.
that was the Super Nintendo version.
This is the PSP collection, the 3DS collection.
Oh, and then we ported that one to the PS3, but then the Vita one was the PSP one that was actually ported from the original PlayStation one. It was like, oh my gosh.
They like make fun of like Skyrim being on everything, but honestly, a lot of the classic Final Fantasies, I think, are on everything.
Yeah. And yet I keep wanting them to do a proper remake or something of Tactics, and that's the one they keep re-releasing it on everything.
There is,
but I want
there
like
is-
a real.
There is a new Final Fantasy Tactics. It's called Fire Emblem. Sucker.
It's not nearly as good.
Oh God, you're so wrong. Fire Emblem is so much better than Tactics. Tactics holds a special place in my heart, but Fire Emblem is basically Tactics.
Fire Emblem was like. Fire Emblem is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the Fire Emblem games, but there's the length and the story and just the epicness of
There's epicness to the new Fire Emblems.
like compared to Final Fantasy Tactics. It's just man,
there is, dude, and there's
there's
tons of waifus.
like when I played the one on 3DS, awesome game, love it, but like fucking time traveling characters from other dimensions popping in and shit. It was like I don't know, like it's fun and I enjoy the game, but like I did not play those games because they like had an awesome story. Like the story was there and it was something to move the gameplay forward, But like Final Fantasy Tactics, that shit goes places. Like, oh my gosh, the betrayal and like the twists and the plot turns, and like this guy's your best friend, and then he's your enemy, and then he's your friend again, and then there's the princess.
The more
like,
recent Fire
oh
Emblems.
my
They
gosh,
get better.
like,
They get better. They're awesome. I think you should play some of the more recent ones. They're dope. I'm so excited for the new one coming out on Switch.
See, when they finally come out on like a platform that I'm going to play a lot more of, then I'll definitely, like this one coming out on Switch, I'll probably play.
That's literally like a month away, less than a month.
It's pretty soon, yeah.
I got Super Mario Maker next week. Oh my god.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing besides the usual playing some Dauntless.
Yeah, I've been playing tons of Destiny, like way too much Destiny.
I see that every time I log on to play Dauntless, I see you're playing freaking Destiny 2. Do you want to tell us like why are you playing so much Destiny 2, Rick? What's the thing? What's going on?
Seeing those numbers go up.
Yeah, you got like, is there some like big thing you're working towards right now?
No, right now I'm upgrading my chalice.
Okay. This week in Destiny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now
Surprise.
I'm curious. Like I said, I log in and I see you playing fucking Destiny 2 again, and I'm like, okay, well, what
is it? The Season of Opulence? Is that what they call it?
Something like, well, I don't know. You're the one that plays.
I think that's what
Destiny.
they call it. Season of Opulence, this most recent expansion, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Right.
You get a Callus. He's the Cabal. Like, I don't know what he is. He's some Cabal dude.
All right.
And he has the Leviathan, which is this big giant ship, which is just a bunch of challenges for you and the Guardians.
Isn't that the raid ship?
Yeah, it's the raid ship. And the new mode they've added in this season is the Menagerie, which is it's on the raid ship. They're kind of like mini raids, but they actually have matchmaking, and you go in with 6 people. There's different mechanics, different bosses.
Okay.
There's even sections ripped out of the raid in it, but they're less punishing in that they... You know, the fail states aren't everyone wipes. If you fail the timer, you go do another activity. I think they're random. I don't know if they're randomized or if every week is a particular thing. I feel like they might be. I think every week there's different parts of the gauntlet that make up the Menagerie. And as you do better, and it's waves or activities, like there's a whole gauntlet where you're actually running a gauntlet as a timer is going off, and you have to get through like this, like doing these laps through this challenging kind of jumping puzzle.
Okay.
In time with your squad. And that was part of the raid. Well, and if everyone didn't make it, you failed, you wiped, do it all over again. Whereas this isn't so punishing. If you do it, then I think you get some rewards, or it gives you better rewards at the end. I'm not entirely clear because I haven't watched any videos. Because like we failed challenges. There's a bar you fill up, and then when the bar is filled up, then you fight the boss. So I guess the better you do in the challenges, I guess the quicker you can fight the boss. So technically, I guess you could run through this mode more efficiently and quicker and get more chests. Okay. I guess if you have the mechanics for each of the different.
That's making your power level go up.
Down. Yeah,
making that number.
So it changes.
Bigger.
I haven't done it this week. You get a chalice, which was part of there's a quest line they send you on. There's a new quest giver. Well, it's not new. He's in a new location.
All right,
and he gives you weekly quests. There's a new currency to upgrade this chest. You get currency from doing challenges, doing quests, and so forth. And you upgrade it. And the chalice has different slots. I'll try and quicken this up for you guys who hate the Destiny talk. But basically, you can... Doing any activity now gets you runes randomly as an additional drop for doing activities.
Okay.
There's different colors, and they dictate different types of drops. So the chalice has 3 slots, and you slot in different runes, and you can slot specific runes and choose exactly what kind of drop you get when you finish the Menagerie.
So you could be like, I need helmet armor.
Exactly. So you
slot in the helmet armor runes?
Yep.
Okay.
You can even choose like the perks that are on it to a certain degree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can make the masterwork if you get your chalice upgraded enough for that, so they'll drop as a masterwork, and you can guarantee that. That seems a few weeks out. I'm just getting to the point where I'm pretty close to saving up to unlocking the 3rd level of rune drops, because there's different colors. There's like red, green, and blue. Once I'm almost at the 3rd step, which will unlock blue runes, and then I will technically be able to make like all the item combinations.
Right.
Ideally, the new armor set and some of the new power weapons. But yeah, it's kind of fun. So I've just been grinding it because, my numbers are going up. I'm getting cool gear. And they added a new mission. Actually, this mission might have been from the last season. They added an old weapon from Destiny 1, which seems to be the gun that every single person in the game is using right now, because I assume it's quite powerful. It's it used to be called Outbreak Prime in Destiny 1. It's called Outbreak Perfected in Destiny 2.
Ooh.
And you have to go through...
that's way better, obviously.
You have to go through a really... It's like one of these like Whisper of the Worm type quests. Like, it's timed. It's very tough enemies.
Right.
There's jumping puzzles.
Ugh.
There's a maze with a killer robot called Trevor. And I don't know. We were trying to do that the last couple nights.
You've been failing?
Yeah, well, me and Trevor haven't been failing. Someone else has been failing.
Uh-oh. I know who that 3rd person is that has been failing.
He kind of sucks at jumping puzzles. Don't tell him.
No, he knows he sucks at jumping puzzles. He's not. That person is not me by anybody listening. We are not referring to me. This is somebody else. I also suck at jumping puzzles. This particular individual.
I don't think he listens. I don't think he
puzzles.
listens to our podcast.
He doesn't. He's a cack.
So anyway, yeah, it's kind of upsetting because we can only do so much in a timed boss battle where you got to kill all the enemies,
right?
And it's only 2 of you. Because the other guy's dying.
Still working on his jumping puzzles.
Halfway back through the mission. But you know what? Last night, that was on our boys' night on Monday. Last night again, we tried again, and I got a rando off Reddit LFG, and he made it to the boss room last night. So yeah, we were in the boss room for 6 minutes. I think he got there with 3 minutes left, so we still could have really used his help.
What you're saying though is he's getting better.
I think tomorrow night when we do it again, when me and Teacup do it with him again tomorrow, I think we'll do it tomorrow night. So I'm glad we got a little more practice in yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the MMO expansion thing. New shiny numbers go up, cool new guns, and then I get just sucked in because it's the best shooter on the planet.
I haven't paid for this season, so I haven't logged in a while, but I didn't pick up the season's pass. So at this point, I'm like, do I bother? Do I just hold out for the new shit that's coming in the fall when we move everything back to Steam and get off the Blizzard launcher? Or do there's lots of other shit. I'm playing Dauntless right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I'm super debating whether or not I want to buy the Hunt Pass. I'm already level 18 now, so if I buy the Hunt Pass, I get all of the old loot that for all those 18 levels, and there's a little part of me that's that would be really cool.
Yeah, every time I play it though, I feel guilty because I'm I should be playing something else.
Yeah. You sicken me.
Yeah. Moving along, let's get into the news. The news and stuff. Valve releases a standalone version of Auto Chess called Dota Underlords. So,
they announced they were going to do this, right? They said they went over there, they talked to the Auto Chess guys. We're going to build a game. They're going to continue to build their game.
They're going to do a game on mobile.
This to me just seems really odd. You released a standalone game called Dota Underlords, but you already have Dota Auto Chess? I don't know. Maybe because I'm not a Dota guy and I'm not playing this shit, it just all seems very confusing to me. Why you would need two games that are, from what I can... they're the same, but they're different. But I don't know. I'm confused. Anybody out there that can help me out, please either at me on Twitter or right into the show or hit me up on Discord and be like, you're a fucking idiot. This is what this is. Because as of right now, this just seems really redundant.
It looks like, I don't know. It looks like the Star Wars chess game. I'm watching a video, honestly, right now.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand, like, what auto chess is. Like, you essentially pick a deck.
Put your units out.
Pick the team, and then and then you set up, like, how you want them to be laid out, and then they just fight. And, like, the match does its thing.
Kind of looks like these Clash of Clans type games, almost.
Is this like one of these ones where you like log in every day and like you may or may not get a 2-star guy or a 3-star guy?
That's a big thing of this is upgrading the guys too. I have
great.
Gotcha. I have no desire to play this, but it's surprising that this is blowing up. It doesn't seem like a kind of game mode that would blow up, but I guess maybe just because Dota and League...
Dota auto chess was like 10 million people
I
playing
know.
this stupid
I'm
thing.
guessing maybe because just Dota and League are just... Maybe players are just getting kind of... That have been playing that for years just need something different.
I get... Like I said, let me know why this is a thing. Because I don't get it.
Good for them.
Sure.
They got an official Underlords... auto chess game, Dota Underlords, and then Twitch or Riot, not Twitch. See, I get Twitch and Riot mixed up all the time for some reason. Riot,
they're totally different, dude.
I know they're totally different, but for some reason they're the same in my brain. I don't know why.
One makes video games, one streams video games. Come on.
Riot released their version of an auto chess as well, so everyone's getting on the action.
All right,
and that just released literally like 2 days ago or something. Team Fight Tactics.
Is auto chess
the new
2019's Battle Royale games?
It's kind of looking like that.
Huh. People are done with Battle Royale. They're moving to auto chess.
I don't think anyone's moving anywhere. There's just more gamers joining the gamerverse.
Sweet. The more the merrier.
No one's moving everywhere. All segments are growing. All player bases are growing. No one's losing. Everyone's winning.
I mean, I'm down. Let's do it. Seems all right.
And I will not play an auto chess game for the record.
Neither.
But good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Witcher 3 on Switch runs at 720p docked, 540p handheld.
That would explain a lot more about how they managed to get The Witcher 3 running on the Switch.
Mm-hmm. And the draw distance is reduced. Foliage is reduced. Yep. Textures are reduced. There's like I think there's a comparison
Let's be honest,
video somewhere.
You should really just like everything is reduced.
Yeah, it does. But you know what? It doesn't. It doesn't look terrible.
Compared to what it looks like on my PC, let me tell you.
But like the fact that you could play this on the road, it's still pretty damn impressive.
I guess. Hey man, to each their own.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, it's an amazing game. I will not play it on Switch because I put tons of time into it on PC, and I've beaten it on PC.
Oh yeah, sure. I see what you did there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you did there.
That's cool for people who haven't played it.
I'm 3/4 of the way through.
So we were just, we bring that up because I was making jokes about it melting Switches. So
yeah,
can't wait till the story's in a couple of weeks when it actually melts Switches.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, it overheated my Switch.
My Switch
killed my battery. Yeah, exactly. The fan stopped working because it had to work too hard.
Hey, remember Fallout 76?
Yeah, that's a thing. That came out last year.
Yeah, Bethesda came out, apologized, said they're fixing a bunch of stuff. They're adding a Battle Royale mode. They're doing a bunch of cool stuff.
Right.
Remember the Collector's Edition?
Didn't it come with a premium canvas bag?
Yes, it came with...
It ended up being an awful nylon bag?
It came with an amazing canvas bag that all the fans were super happy with. It totally didn't create an event called Baggate.
Oh, jeez, that's what it's getting called now. Oh boy.
Yeah, people were. I don't think were people pissed right at launch, or was that like a let's get angry at something after the fact? I don't remember it being an issue at launch.
Well, because wasn't it one of those things where you bought the collector's edition and then they had to send you the bag? Like, it's not like you bought the collector's edition and it was in there, right? Like,
no, it came with the fucking helmet power edition, or was it more that influencers got like really nice bags and then people who bought the collector's edition?
No,
were
it said on the box, like as part of the power armor edition, like it said on the box that it comes with a canvas Westech bag.
Yeah.
And then the bag that you ended up getting was like this cheap, shitty nylon one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to like, oh yeah, well, you know, the manufacturer and this and money, and we're not sure if they can do. And here we are now. What, 8 months later?
No, the canvas bag does look nicer looking at the photo here.
Oh yeah, it looks way better. Don't get me wrong.
Still looks like a shitty bag that I would never use though. I guess it's meant to hold the helmet.
Yeah. I don't know. Sure. It's a bag. I don't know.
Yeah.
But people also paid $250 for a power armor edition of the game, so
you could wear that helmet, couldn't you? I think you could.
I guess if you had a small enough head. Again, don't know.
I think you could. I think I'm starting to remember that people were kind of pissed because the influencers who got the game, they got it.
They got
like
the nice canvas bag.
And
they were showing it off. I'm like, oh, check out this awesome canvas bag that I got.
I don't even know if they're like canvas bags or more like canvas backpacks. And then people are like, what the fuck? We got this garbage and we bought the collector's editions and these assholes didn't even pay. I think that may have added to the fuel to the fire.
Fallout 76 was a clusterfuck when it came out, so let's be honest.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that I said the game was bad long before it came out.
Oh, yeah, you did. I still bought it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't pay full price, though, so I'm not a total sucker. I'm excited for the fucking changes coming, though.
Yeah.
Like the single-player stuff, or the NPCs,
the fact that they're actually putting in real NPCs and
that they're
shit.
finishing
they're
the
making
game.
a Fallout game. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Anyways, apparently people got their bags
because we didn't have enough Destiny 2 on this week's podcast. Pew, 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 pew. Really quickly, Bungie's overhauling Destiny 2's Eververse in-game store, which is like their cosmetic little store where you get cosmetics and crap.
Great.
Anyway, really quickly, all the armor sets from Eververse that you would buy with real money, or you could get randomly through loot boxes that you don't have to purchase, mind you. So no means to get up in arms. They're basically turning all that gear into ornaments that you could put onto any of the new gear in Shadowkeep this fall. So it's part of the transmog. So Luke Smith was on Twitter saying, hey, all that Eververse gear, you can go ahead and shred it. Get all that bright dust. Bright dust is the currency you use to buy stuff piecemeal in the store. So like you buy bright dust with real currency. You get bright dust from items that come from the loot boxes that you earn every level for free. So like right now I have like 5,000 bright dust, which is, I guess.
Is that a lot?
I don't. It is quite a bit. I can buy like ships or like the little bikes. I can't remember what they're called again right now. For some stupid reason, I'm drawing a blank. The little speeder bikes you ride in Destiny.
Sure.
Why can't I remember what they're freaking called? Ships, armor, ornaments, like gun skins. You can buy them. Anyway, basically, he's saying
your hover bike.
Yeah, he's like saying shred all that stuff. And then basically get all the bright dust you can and save it for this fall when the update comes out, because then you'll be able to buy a bunch of cool stuff, and that stuff will be safe in your vault that you can pull out with glimmer and shards. So people, the Twitter feed, people are pretty happy. It seems like a pretty cool.
I don't know how I feel about that though, because like part of what I loved about Destiny is like, You see a dude with like a dope ass armor set on, and like you knew that he fucking worked his ass off to get that dope ass armor set. Not that he just like paid a bunch of money and was like, "Yeah, check this shit out."
These armor sets you can't buy.
Oh, really?
No, these are just straight up like loot box.
Okay,
You could buy them with the bright dust, like if they randomly came through the store, kind of like a skin in Fortnite.
right?
But you couldn't just like straight up buy them with cash, which is what annoyed me. Because, like, RNG, I think I have, like, a couple of the armor sets, like, complete armor sets from the store that I've earned through gameplay. And then, like, most of the other ones, I'm missing, like, one piece or two pieces because they never dropped. And or I just wasn't playing the week that I could maybe purchase those parts. So, like, there's some cool armor sets that, like, I'm missing one piece to. And it's like, I'll never be able to get them. And that kind of really annoys me.
Right.
Anyway, but these changes are kind of cool. I'm looking forward to what they do at the store. They've added a bunch of stuff where this most recent update, you can actually buy full armor sets. It's a different armor set. And it's like straight up, if you buy that armor set, everyone knows you bought that armor set with cash.
Right.
But there's no RNG to it. It's like, oh, I like that look. I can buy that look.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
All right.
cool. I like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think all these types of cosmetic stuff should be like that. Maybe they rotate the inventory through the store, which they kind of done. But it was never to a point where it is kind of now where you can actually specifically buy stuff. I want that ornament for my gun to make it look that way, or that skin. You could never just buy them straight up, and now you can.
I just want to point out that that's the way it works in Dauntless. You can just
Yeah,
you
and
see that,
that's-
you see that thing, and you can just
That's the way it should work
there
in
you go.
every game. Like in
You use
Overwatch.
the-
Like, I want to just buy certain skins, and I can't. I got to loot box it, you know? You can buy,
Well,
you can
no,
buy
you
certain
can-
ones.
You can buy certain ones if you have enough coins.
Yeah, but you can't just buy those coins to just
No.
buy the skin you want. It's still RNG to a certain degree. You might get coins
Yep.
from a bunch of the shitty chests you open. If you
Yep.
spend $50, yeah, you'll get enough coins to guarantee you can buy one skin you fucking want. But, like, no, just let me buy the fucking skin I want. These guys all need to get their shit together on this. So they're getting closer.
Yep.
This sounds good. Everyone was happy. No one was angry. I don't know what
Oh, I'm
planet.
sure there was some people
I don't
that
know
were
what
angry.
planet-
It's the fucking internet.
I don't know what planet we live on. It was weird.
Oh,
The
fair
welcome
enough.
change.
Cool.
It wasn't so gross that it was something that anyone was calling for, but I guess because they're not with Activision anymore, this is like a change that they're free to make. And it seems like it's a change made in the players' favor, not their pockets'
Right.
favor, which is great. Harry Potter Wizards Unite launches June 21st on iOS and Android. So what, the day after this releases, Friday? Mm-hmm. You're definitely going to be downloading this.
You know, I don't know.
Aren't you a Harry Potter fan?
I love Harry Potter. He's great.
I'm
loving
going
the
to
new
download
stuff.
it. Why the hell not? Who cares?
It's kind of weird though, because like I just feel in a weird way like a lot of Pokemon Go was this like huge phenomenon and it exploded and everybody went, oh my god, now we gotta like get out there, and so many of these are it's the same shit. Just I don't know. I shouldn't say that I won't download it because I'm sure I will. How much I'm gonna play of it is another question. I don't know. I'm hoping like I feel like there's so many cool things you could do with that universe, and I just worry that this is just going to be essentially another reskin of a Niantic, another Pokemon Go type title where you go, you travel around, you capture or you battle things, and you get a collection of them. And you know what I mean? Like it's going to be kind of the same thing, just with a Harry Potter skin on it.
ARG Harry Potter loot box delivery device.
Right. More or less, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out. It's free, right? So
Yeah, no, I definitely will.
they don't really
And I
show.
guess
They
I'm
show
just-
like 2 seconds of gameplay in this freaking trailer. So
I know
it
it's
looks
a
like
little
it's-
disappointing actually.
looks like it's like Blades or that freaking
Yeah.
sword fighting game on
So it's like you get
Apple,
you get
iOS.
spell energy, and in order
Infinity Blade. That's what it kind of looks
See,
like.
I never got to play Infinity Blade.
Infinity Blade a little bit because it shows them fighting the wizard
Right.
dude or whatever.
So it's like, I guess it seems like as you cast spells, that will consume spell energy, and then you need to stop by the inns found at Muggle locations around the world.
Damn
so essentially,
Muggles.
like, those are all the things that you got to stop at and spin the little thing or
So
whatever
your
to
house?
collect food and drinks, and that stuff replenishes your spell energy. Then of course there's going to be more rare drinks, and then you're going to be like. We'll see. I'm really interested
We'll have
to see
more to
kind of
say
how
next
what
week.
their twist is on it, and I'm really hoping it's good because like I tried to get into that Ghostbusters one that they did because I was thinking like,
Ghostbusters.
shit, man, this is gonna be rad. And in all honesty, like it was like 2 days in, and I was done with it already. I was like, this is really just Pokemon Go with a Ghostbuster skin. It's not really doing anything different.
Nothing can compare to Pokemon Go, the greatest game on the planet.
You're kidding, right?
Yes, clearly I'm freaking
Okay.
kidding.
I was gonna say, if you were standing in front of me, I would slap you.
Pokemon Go is like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a bad addiction.
So yeah, so we'll see. I'll definitely, like I said, I'll definitely download it and I'll give it a shot and see what it's all about. And who knows, maybe it'll become a fun addiction, and who knows, it'll be Pokemon Go 2.0 with the wife and I, and we'll be out there.
Look forward to our impressions next week on what you've been playing.
Exactly.
Considering it's free, there is literally no barrier to entry. Well, I guess you got to
Yeah.
have a smartphone and data.
Yeah,
So you have to be employed.
pretty much, or have a very large slush fund.
So I guess there's a couple barriers. Never mind. So
Yes.
us gaming 1%ers will report on it for you guys.
There you go.
Because nobody has cell phones and can afford
No, not like
it. So bad.
3 billion people in the world or anything.
Moving along. The Division
Yeah.
2's new gunner specialization.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I just the word just didn't.
Gotta specialize in the gunners
It didn't want to come out. Get into your hole. Is available
Yeah.
now. See, here's another game that like I should be playing.
That's an end game only class, right?
Yeah, like
Yes.
the Grenadier.
I don't know. I'm not there yet. I still got to finish the stupid. I still got to finish that game.
I know there's the grenade launcher one, the sniper one, and another one. I got the grenade
All right.
launcher one. I blow guys up. The gunner one seems more up my alley though, like a big ass,
Yeah.
spinny Jesse Ventura heavy machine gun. I think that's kind of what it is.
The gunner's special grenade is riot foam, which stuns enemies caught in the explosion.
That doesn't sound cool.
Players need to log in
There's
and
a
complete
walking
the
tank
special
with a big
field
gun.
research challenges,
Yeah, it's a
or buy Division
minigun.
2's Year 1 pass.
Minigun sounds awesome.
Cool.
Also comes with a trait called Banshee. Okay, that's the other ability. So special grenade. I wasn't listening to you.
That's
Clearly.
fine. I'm used to that.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I like big guns, and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
Oh god, man, we're back in loot box territory. What the hell's going on here? It's definitely an off week. E3 sucked up all the good news stories.
Yeah.
You think people would have stuff to say? You know what it is? I think everyone's seriously on holidays because I've emailed a couple people.
And they're just
'Cause,
not
like-
there because like E3 was like their roll up to
Like
Christmas.
during E3, like I don't even know. I even sent I sent emails to people during E3, like,
And they're just like, you're not at E3, fuck you. Ha, 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 ha.
"Hey Nintendo, like I know Super Mario Maker 2's coming out in a couple weeks. I really want to play it." Ooh, wah, wah, wah.
World's smallest violin.
That was like the dust ball. What do they call those things in the westerns?
Tumbleweed?
Tumbleweed rolling by. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got nothing. Gmail is even like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you want to follow up?" I'm like, "No, I think they don't like me anymore." No, I'm assuming they probably took time off because last week was probably brutal.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, back to where we're off.
Loot boxes.
Off Newsweek. EA. Our loot boxes are actually surprise mechanics. that are quite ethical. We're an ethical company.
Oh,
Here, I'll read the last line of this.
every time. Okay.
Electronic. I don't.
Oh no. Continue. Start. Yes.
I would tell you that Electronic Arts already is a very responsible company. So anyway, remember Battlefield 2 from EA? Kind of effed everything up. Got a lot of bad press. Pissed off a lot of people. Raised the ire of everyone. The government is like, what's going on over there? These guys are going a little crazy over there with just loot box gambling, mechanics, shenanigans. So, the government introduces bills. Some countries straight up ban them. Anyway, EA had, who's it? Kerry Hopkins was getting interviewed by the UK Parliament. Digital Culture, Media and Sports Committee today by an MP over there. They're like, so what's going on? This evidence suggests there's a link to loot boxes and gambling. And anyway, this idiot, well, I don't know if they're an idiot. They're a VP, so they probably make lots of money. And maybe I'm the idiot because I don't make lots of money.
They asked if they considered loot boxes to be an ethical feature. And Kerry Hopkins from EA responded with, "We don't call them loot boxes," adding that EA refers to them as surprise mechanics.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
She then elaborated on what exactly that means and why so-called surprise mechanics are just like blind-packed toys.
Yeah, because, if you're going to go after us, you got to go after these toys. We're just going to bring them into... those guys doing their thing that they ain't shit for, we're just going to drag them over here to kind of try to get the attention off us. It's just not... They're doing it too. Them two, they're doing toys to kids, man.
Yeah, what I also find is that they likened it to Kinder eggs, which are illegal in the United States because, heaven forbid, there's a toy inside of an egg and a child
chokes on
can't figure that out on their own and chokes on it. Yeah.
I really love how she dragged in the toy industry to try and be like, yeah, see, everyone loves it. The YouTube vids with the kids and the...
A store that sells lots of toys. You do a search for surprise toys.
Yeah, you guys don't think anything's wrong with that. So clearly there's nothing wrong with our stuff, this digital, where the odds are totally rigged in our favor because it's software that we've created to pad our pockets because, we're an ethical company. We're very responsible because everyone loves surprise mechanics. Surprise, your card doesn't work. That's awesome.
I also like to point out
totally
that,
not related, but...
She also said that EA does not consider loot boxes, surprise mechanics, to be gambling.
That's the fucking stupidest term in the goddamn world.
They also disagree that there's evidence that shows it leads to gambling. So they're just like, no, we don't agree with that. There's freaking evidence to the point where countries like Belgium and the Netherlands have banned certain types of randomized loot boxes because of gambling laws.
You know what this whole thing reeks of? It's like, hey, we fucked up shit with Battlefront 2. Hold my beer. We can fuck shit up even worse.
No, what this reeks of to me is that they knew they fucked up, so they're trying to right the ship and they're trying to make the right choices. But when it comes to putting somebody in front of a committee, they can't admit that they fucked up because then they're in the wrong and then there might be litigation against them. So they need to do everything they can to claim that they're in the right and nothing we did was wrong. It's that whole, you can't admit you were wrong because then somebody can come after you and be like, you admitted that you were wrong and you admitted that you fucked up. So I am going to now litigate against you. So they have to come out and they have to because of the way law and all this shit works, they have to come out and they have to be like, well, we are turning gears now, and we understand that some people are concerned about this, but we feel that surprise mechanics have been fun for people.
Bullshit term too that some lawyers
and
came
people
up
really
with,
enjoy it, and we don't think that there's anything wrong with it. Meanwhile, back at head office, everything's on fire. Everybody's trying to throw away all the loot boxes that they can and get rid of anything to do with loot boxes. But again, out front, in front of people, in front of a committee especially, they have to try and pretend like this is...
Oh, they're cool, man.
No,
people like it. People like it. They love this stuff.
Yeah, they like earning the packs. They like opening them, building the teams, trading the cards.
Love surprise mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the mechanic emptied your wallet.
they also forget that with a Kinder Egg, you get to eat the delicious egg, and then you have a toy to play with after that you can keep forever and ever if you want.
Or the $50 you spend, you get a bunch of shitty packs with crappy players and not a single good one. And then you have to spend another $50 in the chase of not gambling-like behavior to win the slot machine of the good player. Oh, you didn't get it again. I got to spend another $50.
My favorite, I think, is at the end of we're looking at a Kotaku article, by the way, if anybody's curious where we're getting our info here. I love that they end the article with a quote from this individual at EA, and they said, "I don't think we can agree to say that games are addictive. I would tell you that Electronic Arts already is a very responsible company.
Responsible at satisfying our shareholders."
Yes, they are indeed responsible for making their shareholders money. They're responsible for sucking money out of people and putting them in loot boxes.
I was hoping
oh my gosh,
these idiots would get their shit together, but they just absolutely aren't. So now we're going to get whatever the government ends up handing us.
It really bothers me because I feel like every time, like every time I feel like EA is starting to figure it out, and you hear like people from EA, they're talking and they're like, yeah,
it just seems like one of the most mismanaged companies in history.
Right.
Like,
and then
how do
something
you make
like this
so
happens.
many fucking F-ups? Like, they just continually just F-up after F-up.
You've got them coming out at EA or at E3 talking about like Anthem and how they kind of fucked that up, and like they're going to make it better and so on and so forth. And their newer games that they've announced are not going to have these loot boxes.
I'm still pretty
surprise
positive.
Mechanics.
I'm still pretty positive they're not going to make good on Anthem. On a side note,
that's fair. And then like they go out and this happens, and you're just like, wow. I don't even know, man. With EA, like, is it just upper management doesn't know how to get their shit together? I don't know. I really don't, because every time I think they're getting it together and they're figuring it out, they come right back around to be like, "Here, hold my beer." Ha 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 ha. You thought we were getting better.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. This is a simple solution. Just do like I said. Let people just buy what you feel like isn't part of the game. You got your full packaged retail product here, done and finished. This is what you feel like is the core of your game. And then just let people piecemeal buy whatever they want on the side. No randomness to it. You could still put it in a cool, fancy animated loot box so it gets those, things firing in people's brains. But like, just let them buy the skin, let them buy the players. If the stupid gold, super ultimate, dumb fucking FIFA team best player roster costs $5,000, because that's how slimy your mechanics are in your game to create those teams, it's thousands of dollars to create a good team in FIFA. There's no if and or buts to that. I know people who play FIFA and spend thousands of dollars a year on that game. They don't even hesitate. I would, like I said, I've said this before, this mechanic doesn't get as much hate as it should, because the troll gamers, the hardcore gamers, the type of gamers that would make a scene about this, don't play sports games.
Yeah,
they play everything else, single player games, MMOs, RPGs. They play the hardcore gamer stuff. They don't play sports games. And if they did, there would be more of an uproar about how bad this is. Like, everyone gets pissed off about a $10 skin.
I mean, sports games are very mainstream.
Yeah, people get pissed off about a $2 like horse armor. Like pitchforks. But then, like, meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, these games have ridiculously high investment to create these awesome teams using these freaking loot box mechanics. It just drives me nuts. So at the same time, I'm not happy about the government, but I'm very happy that EA is going to get theirs, and I feel like they deserve it. So
well, we'll probably find out, unfortunately, sooner rather than later. I guess
they just need more transparency and let people buy just what they want to buy in the game. Oh, I want the cool pink crazy cool mech suit thing that isn't considered part of the version that I paid you $60 for, then let me buy it for $5.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. No randomness. Just let me buy it. That is fine. If someone wants to spend $5,000 on your game, but they get exactly what they want and they don't feel guilty or cheated, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If people love your game and want to support it that way, that's awesome. Sell all kinds of needless, unnecessary stuff, but exactly what players want. That's how DLC should work.
Hey man,
randomized crap should go out
There's
the
this
window.
game out there, and if you want to spend $1,500 on this cool spaceship, I will let you do that.
Yeah,
I will let you do that. You can do that over here.
yeah, like if people.
Oh, you want to buy insurance for that spaceship so that if it, it blows up eventually, you can get another one.
You're talking about Star Citizen, and that's just that game is a whole Ponzi scheme, and I don't even want to go there. That game's never going to come out. And
I mean, hey man, it's like you said though. You can go there and you can spend as much as you want, and you'll get exactly what you paid for.
but it's a game that isn't even out. That's just wrong.
But hey, they're working on it.
That game's collected so much money. I actually ran in.
I
ran into a person. I ran into.
Yeah.
Dig this story out. I don't want to say how, but I ran into a person
Okay.
that had. Actually, you could probably figure it out. It was clearly through my work.
Okay.
Doesn't work with me. And he said he spent something like $6,000 on Star Citizen. And he's like, oh, it's fantastic. It's great. And when the game comes out, if I'm not happy with my investment, they said that you can get your money back. And I'm like, literally, I couldn't see because my eyes were just rolling like in my skull at that statement, because I know for a fact that people who have tried to get money back from Star Citizen for like stuff that they're like weren't happy with have had like zero luck.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
that money's
like,
already been spent. Dude,
It's
sorry.
like this guy's nuts to think that like come day one when the game launches he could just. It isn't an investment. You gave them money for fake digital bullshit. You're never getting your money back. I just didn't say anything because if I said anything, I'm sure this guy probably would have freaking had a meltdown, or he was
It's
just
insane.
He was just.
I'm on their website right
He would
now,
have
and I'm
been.
looking at this.
He would have
shit,
been so on. He would have been so on the defense squad for that game. So anyway, that's just straight up scary shit. You can spend thousands on stuff in that game,
They're
and that
already
game's not
selling-
even fucking out.
They're selling skins already. Skins
Stay away. Stay away.
for
Don't do it. It's
unique.
It's already bad enough for
ship skins and exclusive hanger decorations.
It's already bad enough for games that are actually out, let alone a game that isn't even out. Okay, let's get out of this hole. We went way off the rails.
Dude, you can buy a standalone
Stop.
ship. It's $435 US.
Stop.
I mean, come on, dude. Like the value.
I'm not even listening to what you're saying anymore. I know it's.
What's the most expensive ship you can buy, you think?
Stupid. Nintendo news. Hori's new Switch controller is seriously hardcore. It's literally like a Pro controller cut in half that you can slide onto your Switch, replacing the Joy-Cons.
It looks really big and cumbersome.
Yeah, my Switch wouldn't fit in the case anymore with that. I'm sure it probably controls a lot better than the freaking Joy-Cons. That's my only complaint about the Switch is it's pretty damn good in handheld mode, but it's not perfect. Like it's way better than the Vita. My hands don't cramp up and it doesn't hurt, so it's pretty good.
Right.
But it's not perfect. Maybe in the remodeled version it'll be perfect. No HD rumble, no NFC, no gyro sensors. It's just literally like a more comfortable, larger Joy-Cons that slide on your Switch. I guess if you play primarily portable all the time and you want better controls, and I could see the point of this thing.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Okay.
I think it looks like ugly. So I would be embarrassed to be walking around with that thing like that. Like my Switch kind of looks cool right now. Not so much.
I mean, I don't really care what my Switch looks like because I'm going to be like, I don't know. My hands are going to be over top of everything anyways. So like,
this story is from Eurogamer. So It's coming out in September, 35 pounds, which I have no idea what that is in American or Canadian. I guess I could figure it out quite quickly, but that's work.
Right.
That's work. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm not reading what I wrote down in the outline because it's not really appropriate. He is explaining the dealio with the Pokedex in Sword and Shield. People after E3, I guess people kind of are getting a little up in arms. This actually kind of seems to be one of the biggest deals that people are not super happy with.
Right.
That you can't just bring all your Pokemon into the new game. You can bring some of them in.
Wouldn't that kind of break the game, though?
Well, it's not that it would break the game. It's just 800 3D fully animated, audio, animation,
It's the Switch?
power. It's not the Switch. It's the amount of freaking man hours and,
Right, to
work
like build it all, to build every one of them.
To do that. So, there's obviously all the new Pokemon in this game. It's going to be a lot of favorites that are going to be in this game as well.
So essentially, you're going to be able to bring in the Pokemon that are in the region, right? Like that's kind of the idea. Like this region's going to have X amount of Pokemon in it, so you're going to be able to bring in sort of the Pokemon that are native to it, right?
Mm-hmm. And then obviously there's going to be a bunch. They haven't locked down who's coming in. This is something we're going to probably find out closer to launch or at launch. I'm not so upset about it. It kind of sucks. I don't have a full Pokedex.
I mean, there's going to be a whole bunch of new Pokemon too, though.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know.
I do have the complete original Pokedex, So maybe considering that game is already on Switch, I'm pretty sure the work has been done there that all those Pokemon will be importable. They do have the Pokemon Home system, which is going to allow you to bring, from Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon and so forth.
And your shit over from Pokemon Sleep.
I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of Let's be honest. I think most of the best ones are going to get in there. There's going to be some obscure ones that are people's favorites that probably aren't going to make it. So people are already up in arms, like as if their favorite Pokemon's already not going to make the cut. So they're not.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The tagline on the internet: "Got to catch some of them." not to catch them all. Oh well, whatever.
That's funny.
We'll see. We're not sure how many Pokemon will feature in Galar's Pokedex, but if it's similar to other recent games, it'll be at least 400 to 500 creatures. That's not there's a lot of throwaway.
That's
Pokemon.
a lot of Pokemon.
Like, to be honest, they could use probably some culling. They're kind of
they could.
Kind of like geese and deer.
Because every time they release a new game, they're like, okay, well, we have to release a whole nother set of Pokemon. And I just feel like now we're just getting into the realm of like they said, like you said, there's over 800 already.
Yeah, there's fork Pokemon, knife Pokemon, stick Pokemon.
I feel like they're just running out of ideas at this point.
Well, they aren't, because they have come up with some cool new ones.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I did see the Corgi one. That's pretty awesome.
But they should do a call. Maybe they can use the grown-up Pokemon movie you guys like, or thing that was on the Discord that we were showing earlier, the violent Poke anime. Maybe they could use that and cull a bunch of the Pokemon.
That said, if you want to see something cool, several years ago, a really good friend of mine was involved in a project. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Pokemon Apocalypse. And it was essentially like a trailer for a live-action Pokemon style movie that obviously the movie never got made or whatever. It's
just your classic what if YouTube.
Yeah, totally. And it's rad. It's worth watching. It's a short, it's like a minute and a half or whatever. But the idea is it's like Pokemon are real. It's this kind of darker, grittier world.
Hey,
it's cool.
That's your friend.
Check it out.
Freaking Sonic, right?
It is. It's got my buddy Lee in it.
I thought I recognized him.
He is featured in that trailer. It's got a ton of hits. It was like fairly big.
Views.
Yep. It's worth checking out though. It's a really cool trailer. And I still think that I think that would be a really cool movie to watch.
Could have used a little better CG, but
hey man, look at the age of that. Look at how old that video is.
Oh yeah, that's pretty old actually. 2010.
Yeah, exactly. It's 9 years old.
My God,
so I mean,
poor
you gotta
Pikachu. Oh,
you gotta cut him some slack.
poor Pikachu.
So, but yeah, no, it was kind of a proof of concept. They kind of put together at one point. Like I said, obviously nothing really came of it, but it's kind of a neat idea. I would like to see it. Like I said, check it out. Pokemon Apocalypse. It's on YouTube.
Pokemon.
And moving on, Dr. Mario World hits Android and iOS in July. So essentially, Dr. Mario World, Android, iOS. I'm assuming it's like fairly straightforward, similar
trailer,
to the old ones.
July 10th. Actually, it's got a bunch of new mechanics. It's like touch controls, obviously, but it's like tap and swiping. You swipe the pills into their positions.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a bunch of different mechanics compared to the original. It starts out very similar and looks like your classic old Dr. Mario.
Right.
But the pieces actually move up instead of down is one thing that's like majorly changed.
Interesting. So instead of building from the bottom, you're actually building from the top, and the pieces come up from the bottom.
Yeah, the pills come from the bottom.
Huh.
And yeah, there's like maps, different worlds. There's like bombs, all kinds of. There's special powers. There's like a bunch of different mechanics. It's got like a 3.5 minute trailer showing all the different modes and features and stuff. It looks neat.
I wish this would come out on Switch because I would like to play it with a controller instead of touch controls.
I think for the type of game they're going for, this makes sense. But yeah,
it looks like you can actually like grab the piece and tell it exactly where you're going to put it. Okay.
I think it was
this might work all right. So you could kind of like touch the piece and just like move your finger over.
July 10th.
Yeah.
You can pre-register, I think, on both stores, so you get a reminder the day it comes out. Again, it's free to play, so
looks like there's going to be some classic mobile game.
As long as it has the Fever tune, I'm all good.
Gameplay is limited by a stamina meter, so hearts will refill over time. And players can purchase a premium currency called diamonds to buy power-ups or more medicine capsules if they run out. Interesting. Give it a whirl. Like you said, it's free.
PlayStation news. Looks like The Last of Us 2 is set for February 2020 release. Apparently, this story...
This isn't actually confirmed yet, right?
It was rumor and speculation.
Okay.
Some heavyweights like Jason Schreier from Kotaku have weighed in, not on this story, but he did weigh in on the story. Never mind. That he heard that it was coming out in February because Death Stranding got November. Originally, this was going to come this fall, but I guess they bumped it in favor of Death Stranding to give them some space. They're going to release it early next year, which is way before my prediction of next June, which is, hey, I'd rather play that sooner than later. But apparently Ashley Johnson, she plays Ellie. She was in an interview, and I guess they asked her, and it looked like she was going to say fat. She got fat out of her mouth before she got interrupted.
Right.
So you can skip ahead and see. And then, Jason lended some credibility to this speculation. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog was on Twitter, and he's like, whenever someone asks about the release date of Last of Us 2, we'll delay it 5 minutes.
That's funny.
Anyone on the internet, I think, was the message he said on Twitter, which is pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
That's kind of cool. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm hoping any day now we're going to hear about the state of play. Sony's been pretty quiet. Yeah. It's been over a year now. We haven't technically we haven't seen anything for Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima since last E3.
E3 last year.
So
did they release anything new at Gamescom, or was it the same footage from E3?
I don't think there was anything new at Gamescom. I think they just all got the same stuff from E3. Maybe there was some extra gameplay or cutscene bits, but not anything that really amounts to anything. So,
right.
That's it for news. Public service announcements, a quickie. Avengers Endgame is returning to theaters with new footage. Apparently, it's going to have an end credit scene, and I guess additional footage. I don't think is the end credit scene the only thing that's new. No, it says extended version.
It says is returning to theaters with new footage.
Extended version to be exact. This is
apparently they're real close to taking over Avatar's record holding amount of money, and it looks like this is running out of steam. I don't know. Apparently it's an extended version, and apparently it's going to be a renewed push at the box office. It sounds like they really want to push Avatar out of the biggest selling movie of all time.
I want to watch Endgame again, and I haven't, so maybe, I guess they figure maybe they'll get suckers like me back in there and it'll help them beat that Avatar record. So heads up if you didn't know, that's that thing that's happening.
If you stay and watch the movie, after the credits, there'll be a deleted scene, a little tribute, and a few surprises, which will be next weekend. So, yeah.
Setting up for this next phase. Another 10 years of movies.
I guess they decided they've got a movie and they can...
who is the next...
Maybe make more money off
Thanos?
of it. Who, like, huge character that is that big, you mean, in that universe? That they could use?
Who is the next Thanos the next 10 years, builds up to?
Galactus, maybe? You could bring the Silver Surfer in.
They own all that shit now, so they actually could.
Yeah, there's a few different ways you could go about it.
Dr. Doom.
You could bring Dr. Doom in.
That's Fantastic Four, right? And they have X-Men now.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few really big bad guys that they haven't touched on or talked about or anything like that.
I'd like to see a good Dr. Doom. I've always loved his look. I think
he's got a cool look
badass.
for sure.
His metal helmet, and he just looks metal.
Because he is.
But metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh well, we'll see.
It's hard to say because I could see it being something like Galactus because.
We got Homecoming in a couple weeks.
So slow moving, and it could be this thing where they could definitely build up towards it, and you would have the Silver Surfer show up, and
you think
talking about how you could, you would need to stop Galactus, and you know what I mean. They could definitely introduce a lot of stuff that way.
Do you think Homecoming starts to plant? It has to start planting seeds for the next thing, right?
Well, it is technically the first Marvel movie after that happens after Endgame.
I got a really dumb question.
All right.
Is Mysterio a good guy? I always thought he was a bad guy.
So in the comic books, he's been a bad guy.
In this movie, they frame him as a good guy in the trailers. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the trailers.
Who knows? They're...
But the trailer even says, spoiler alert, don't listen for 30 seconds if you haven't watched the trailer, because I already spoiled one thing. Okay, really quickly. Right. They allude to the multiverse in the trailer for Far From Home. So maybe he's a good guy because he's just from a different dimension.
Well, they've already established the multiverse in Endgame.
Yeah, but maybe you didn't know they were carrying it over to this movie, whatever.
I guess technically spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame.
We gave spoiler alert.
Yeah. No, the thing that I look at though is they seem to be willing to throw stuff really on its head in the MCU,
and they've been doing a good job with it.
the Skrulls
Also bad.
have always been super bad in the comic books. Like, they've been a huge force for evil that has been infiltrating everything.
In this, they're
then
they're in Captain Marvel. They're like refugees, like victims of war.
pretty much. I mean, like they do admit that like they've been at a war with somebody else for a long time. So like there's definitely been travesties on both sides, but like they're not this world-ending horrible thing like they were made out to be, and like they've kind of always been in the comic books. Like there's a huge arc that just happened a few years ago called like Secret Invasion.
Yeah, and that was all about them, right?
Yeah, it was all about so much stuff to do with all that, right? So they seem willing to really kind of take characters that you expect to be, who knows. The other thing too is they could totally be doing the whole red herring thing, like, oh, look over here, Mysterio's a good guy, but really he's a bad guy. Like, who knows? We'll have to watch the movie and find out.
July 2nd, not far.
But yes, in answer to your question, Mysterio has always been a bad guy in the comics.
Okay, so not a stupid question. I wasn't taking crazy pills.
No.
Free for all section. I watched HBO's Chernobyl. Maybe a little bit late to the party on that. As literally like the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. That was shit that happened.
Probably, has to do with the fact that I've seen stories saying HBO's exaggerated stuff, but
of course they have, because they had to make a TV show.
What a terrifying prospect. And it's like, this happened. This is not made up. This happened.
No.
That area of the world is effed up because of human ignorance and idiocy and just like,
Yep.
And it
also,
it
the amount of the shit that went wrong,
and it could have been so much worse. Like, they did a good job. Like, it centers around like the guy in charge of the cleanup, and basically, a nuclear scientist. I don't know his exact position. That was like basically the advisor to the cleanup, like what they had to deal with, what was going on, what was wrong, yada yada yada.
Right.
And oh my god, that could have been so much worse, except for these people who, like, they literally gave their lives. Like, an open freaking.
There was a huge city there.
Like,
that's the crazy thing. Like, Chernobyl was a big city. Like, it was not 10,000
like
people. Like, it was big.
Something people.
Yeah, like, it was a big ass city.
That's like my city, like, being like, okay, pack up, get out.
That's like 3 of your cities.
You gotta go.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's crazy how like people, I don't think, fully realize the full breadth of that. Like,
I was like 10 years old when this happened, 11 years old when this happened, and I remember it on the news and stuff. And but like, you don't really understand it at that age. I don't think most people in the world really understood. But like,
no,
oh man, what a terrible thing. And it could have been so much. It was bad, don't get me wrong. There's nothing good about Chernobyl, but some of the acts of the people that were involved, the cleanup and the things that these people did, they stopped it from being even worse. Like,
my favorite part of the whole Chernobyl story is that it never had to happen at all.
No, it never had to happen.
Because literally it was just one stupid choice after another stupid choice after another stupid choice that cascaded into horrible events happening.
It was lack of training, on earth, lack of knowledge.
They were deciding on, like, let's run a test that we've never run while things are live, that we have no real reason to run right now anyways. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, it basically, it boils down to
wild.
A bunch of higher ups wanting to run a test so they can be like, hey, we successfully ran this test. Now we can move on. All get our promotions. The fourth reactor is finally, up and running 100% certified. We did our jobs. You get a promotion. You get a promotion. You get a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, the people who were behind this test, not knowing, thinking they knew, but just didn't have the knowledge. And then also, to be honest, there's like I don't want to spoil it, but like because there's like there's stuff that leads to it besides the personal ignorance of the people involved. But like it's human error, it's it's just mind blowing. It's so infuriating, and like the people, like the first responders, like they all died. They were lied to. They're putting out a fire. Man, it was a terrifying.
I mean, it was a different time.
Terrifying and a depressing movie. Oh, it's just like, and in the end, you're just like, fuck, I can't believe this fucking happened. Yep. And then like the majority of people that are involved with like fixing it and stopping it from becoming even worse. Like literally, the plant could have exploded beyond the one reactor, and it would have like had adverse effects on neighboring countries, like as far as Germany. And destroyed like huge more water supplies and land area than it already did. That it's made it uninhabitable. It would have been even worse.
Did they go into also how like we put a giant sarcophagus on the whole thing that is now cracked and leaking, and like now they're trying to figure out like how on earth they're gonna rectify that problem because of the billions of dollars that it's gonna cost to like
apparently
get that shit sorted out.
They literally just finished putting that on now, 30 years later.
Yeah, I know. Like it's insane.
Yeah,
like
I recommend if you have the ability to watch it. And it's just like,
I've heard really good things. I've heard it's crazy.
It's great. It's depressing. It's terrifying. It's like a horror movie, but it's not a horror movie.
Because it happened.
And like the scary thing is that we got nuclear power plants everywhere. Like we have these ticking time bombs everywhere. Like look at Fukushima. I mean, like the story.
We don't over here, but like on our side of
BC
the world,
doesn't have any. Canada has 16. I immediately went on the internet to find out who and what.
They're all out east. They're all out east.
Yeah, we don't have any in BC.
Ontario and Quebec and stuff. Yeah.
Because we're super green, hugging trees and smoking weed.
There's a great big nuclear plant down in Washington State.
Sweet. So it may as well be here.
Yep. It's been leaking radioactive material for years. It's called Hanford. It's where a majority of the nuclear material for a lot of the like nuclear bombs and stuff like that was.
They were having issues with burying crap or something like that. I heard stories about a place where they stored all the nuclear waste, and it's like all falling apart.
So bad. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. It's good times.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
No, yeah. Let's get out of Depressorville. I don't know. You watch something as well?
Yeah. Me and my wife started watching. An Amazon show called Good Omens.
I've seen the trailers all over the internet for it.
It is great. We are absolutely loving it. It is a Neil Gaiman. It's written by him.
Why is his name familiar?
He's done a ton of awesome stuff. He also he wrote the book American Gods, which the TV show American Gods is based on.
His name.
This has a completely different vibe than American Gods. I love both of these shows. American Gods is like very dark, very serious, and awesome in its own way. This is like super lighthearted. It's fucking hilarious. It's not for everyone at all. I will say that right now. It is literally the premise of the show ultimately is that there's an angel and a demon that are both here on Earth, and they're the two that kind of screwed up at the Garden of Eden, if you will. So like the angel was kind of supposed to help the humans, and like the demon was the one that was tempting the humans, and obviously he won. And so like it was this whole thing, and like the whole TV show like starts off with these two angels like standing on the edge of the Garden of Eden, like talking about like how that went. And like one guy's like, well, I don't know what you expected, like you put a tree in the middle of a garden, you say don't eat anything off of that. It's just like putting up a big sign saying like, come over here and I'll eat everything off of me. It wasn't that difficult. Like it's just like the whole feel of the show is like super lighthearted. It's not serious at all. Like it's, and ultimately,
so it's not like dark and violent and stuff like that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's dark and twisted.
Is it violent? It's like American Gods is very violent, right?
American God, like it's so different than American Gods. It's not that style at all. It's like really light. It's like they're not taking anything seriously.
Like a humorful buddy cop movie with an angel and a demon.
Kind of. It's literally they get told that the apocalypse is happening, and this war that has been going on for thousands of years and so on and so forth is now going to end. And like they both realize that they like being on Earth, and they like, they don't want all that to end. So they're then trying to figure out a way that they can stop the apocalypse from happening, but also not get in trouble. Because of course, like neither one of them can be like, they can't be the ones that are stopping the apocalypse because they're the ones that are supposed to be starting the like it's just hilarious.
So David Tennant from Doctor Who fame in season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Yep,
he's awesome.
He plays the demon, and it's like honestly, like it's just
Michael Sheen is the angel.
Also, like both British, like it's full of British humor.
It says it's Amazon Prime BBC 2. So
yes, it's like an Amazon.
How do you pronounce the angel's name?
I'm not sure.
I see it written down here, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna butcher that shit. Aziraphale?
Oh, Aziraphale.
Is that it?
Yep, that's pretty much it.
And then Crowley. Is Crowley like a demon like lore? There's because there's a Crowley in Supernatural that's a demon.
So, I think in this case, I think it's
coincidence.
Like kind of a play on Crowley, who was like the author back in like the early days, who is known to be a big occultist and so on and so forth. I believe it has to do with like that. Aleister Crowley, who is like known as an occultist, and he wrote a bunch of books and stuff like that. I believe that it's sort of a play on that.
Okay. Well, I guess Supernatural did the same thing then.
I would imagine. I can't say for certain, but
so you like it?
That's kind of how I took it. It's both my wife and I we think it's hilarious. We're loving
funny. So it's funny.
It's really funny. Like I won't like I said, I will not lie. Like if you're depending on your religious persuasion, you're either going to find this incredibly amusing or incredibly offensive. Yeah. Like, because it is like I said, like nothing. It's very much, we are going to make fun of pretty much everything to do with both sides of the coin, and it is like, it's hilarious. But also incredibly, one could argue, very sacrilegious. So yeah, so depending on how you feel about that stuff, it may or may not be for you.
Is the whole season available, or is it?
Yep, it's not a super long season. I think it's only like 6 episodes. Cool. I want to say.
It's not advertised everywhere.
Yeah, it's a mini series. So
hopefully you're not talking right now, or we're talking over each other. Do stupid Skype.
I can hear you the whole time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. You were frozen. So cool. I wasn't sure if you were talking over me. I'm like, just seeing do. Looks cool. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's. I love the way it's filmed. Like I said, it's like this. It's super cool. I'm trying to think of like the style that I would like describe it. It's such a. Like I've seen kind of other things sort of filmed in a bit of a similar style to this.
Kind of like Lucifer, maybe. And there's this looks no, more because
it's a lot. Yeah, it totally is. Like it's not like even Lucifer is way more serious than this show is. Like this is definitely like it's great. Check it out. Like I'd love to hear what you think next week or whatever. We're really liking it. Cool. So
Dane. Yo. Say we have an episode 209 in the gigabits.
And in your ear holes, baby.
You can follow me on Twitter at Rick F. No K RICF.
You can always come bug me on Twitter at Dane Cody at DAYNECODY.
That rolls off the tongue real easy.
It's almost like I've been saying it for a few hundred episodes now.
But see, like, my name doesn't... My like, full name doesn't... Well, I guess it does roll, but it's so freaking...
Your full name really rolls.
Ricardo Ferreira.
Like, it's, exactly. Like, it's...
But it's like... No one knows
on.
how to spell it. Like, my last name, everyone screws that shit up. So
I don't.
I
but
can't
yeah,
use my... I
know
can't
what
use
you're
my
saying.
full name as a Twitter handle because no one would ever be able to find me. And that asshole who
I
has
guess.
Rico still won't sell it to me.
He's not even using it, is he?
Fucker.
I hate that shit.
He uses it barely. He lives in Hawaii. Another reason to hate that guy.
Yeah. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
What? Hawaii's pretty freaking dope.
It's a great place to visit. I would
Great place to visit. Reminder, join our Discord server, bit.ly/gapdiscord. Like us, love us, follow us, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the YouTubes are Geekaholics everywhere. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts app or iPhone, Apple devices if you have the ability, or anywhere where you can leave reviews, or just simply tweet about us. Post on your Facebooks. Just share the links. Just be like, hey, check this out. You guys need an hour and a half plus the waste of listening to two idiots talk about video games, TVs, and movies. We got the show for you.
We can do that.
Thank you, everyone.
We can do that.
Next week, we'll be back with some Bloodstained on Switch. I'm going to assume is where I'm going to be playing it. And
I hope so.
yeah, and what else? Oh yeah, that Harry Potter game. Mental note.
Yeah.
Mental note to check that out. Comes in on Friday.
And Rick will check out Good Omens.
Yeah, probably. We need something new to watch
Yeah.
after we watched that
Chernobyl?
depressing Chernobyl. God damn it.
Yeah, this will be a great palate cleanser after Chernobyl. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
I could use that. But we
Yeah,
can.
it's
We
definitely,
can stop
you know.
watching it though. We'll say that much. Like,
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard it's incredibly
we
good.
Powered through it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. All right,
Sweet.
we out. Until next week.
Later. Go play some video games.
Peace.